going hunting.
Good morning, Jamie Edwards here, hunting with Dad. This will be the fourth part in the Chief Upland review series. Our hunting season here in North Dakota is over, and I've been wearing this vest pretty much our entire season here that I've hunted. I wore it for 36 days in the field, about 240 some miles of walking, with about 80% of that being through the cattails. So it has stood up very well. I'm very happy with the quality of it. Showing a little bit of dirt and stuff for the most part. Still have some gloves in here. I haven't totally cleaned it out, but I got some blood stains in there that should just wipe out real nice. I just wanted to show you my final configuration of how I ended up with. I took the strap off the back for jackets and I put it inside because I didn't like it dangling around, catching on it. One thing, if you haven't looked at any of my other videos and figured out, here in North Dakota, we don't like get out and go for 4-hour walks very often. It's a lot of get out, walk for a half hour through this cattail slough, get back in the vehicle. You might drive a minute, you might drive 10 minutes, you might drive a half hour to the next spot. And you get out and you repeat that. So it's a lot of in and out. So I do not take my vest off in between. So trying to come up with the right configuration of where to place stuff and how to place things so that I can get in and out of the vehicle and be comfortable. This is kind of what I've come up with. So I took that strap off. Normally I hang a spare set of keys in here just in case something happens. I put some 100 feet, excuse me, 100 feet of real 550 paracord in the bottom here. You never know when you're going to need it. Unfortunately, we had an instance this year, not personally, but local here to North Dakota, in fact about 60 miles away, where a hunter and his buddy shot a duck, and they sent the dog out, and the water was cold. He kind of broke through the ice. His buddy went out after him, started dragging the dog, got about halfway back, and his buddy on shore could see that he wasn't going to make it, so he went out to retrieve him, and he wasn't able to bring him back. He almost drowned himself, and he had to let his buddy go. So you never know when you need some rope to tie on, and could have pulled him back in. So that's one thing I added after this incident. Very sad deal. And our heart goes out to his buddy and the family. So on a different note here, I put water bottles, one for me and one for the dog, mine on the back corners. That fits real nice in the seat. On the right hand side, I put the electronics pouch. That seemed to be the best spot for it because I put my phone in there, and my collar remote is on my left side, so the phone doesn't interfere with the GPS on my collar. I put the small pouch, shell pouch in here. You can put about 15 shells in there. That is more than I need. So what I typically do is I fill up the elastics. That holds 10 shells, and then my empties I put down in the bottom. So that seems to be pretty good. The magnets have held up nice. You can see there's some dirt and stuff from where the magnets are, kind of stained up a little bit, but that doesn't bother me too much for as many miles as we put in. The next part is this hook. I really don't like the hook. I'll just be straight up. Most of the time it ends up being worn like this. It's on hook, or it comes on hook. As I showed in one of my videos, you have to unlatch these to get the birds in. It is a little clumsy. I'm getting more used to it, but it's not my favorite part. It can get kind of cumbersome, especially when it's cold and you don't want to take gloves off and trying to get this hook in. I am surprised that in our cold temperatures that this plastic held up. So the coldest we hunted was 0 with about a 20-mile-an-hour wind, so it was like 17 below actual feel. I figured that this plastic hook was going to snap, but it never did. The other thing I put in, this hook I hooked on the inside with a retractable key holder, is I put, I don't use it very often, but I put one of these finisher things in so that you can have a humane kill on any birds that aren't quite dead. So that's the right hand side. That's pretty good. And the back. Left hand side is my other water bottle here. This is a trauma kit that I bought on Amazon. I can find it and put a link to the one that I use. It is just a hair wide to be real comfortable in the expedition, but I'm getting used to it. So here is my suggestion, and Jake, I hope you're watching this. I would like to have this size pocket would be just right. It's narrow and it's a little wider, and the height. This would be perfect for a first aid kit. You could pack everything in here and it would be a lot lower profile. It just needs one change, and that needs to be a waterproof zipper on the top. And then you could either make your own first aid and trauma kit, or sell it as a package, or just sell it as an extra shell pouch or waterproof pouch of any sorts. But Jake and Chief Upland, I hope you hear this and would be willing to entertain that, because that would really be awesome. I could get rid of the bulkiness here and put it in a nice package for first aid to carry with you in the field. So the rest of my left hand side is open. About mid-season, I finally received a Field King holster. I run the Garmin Pro 550 Plus, so it has the GPS. Here was my thing that I liked the best. Most of the season I put it in here, and that did okay other than trying to pull it in and out. It does need a little change. I put one of the D-rings here, but it tends to pull up and it flops a little bit. So the one thing I am going to change about the Field King is I'm going to put a smaller snap on it. I'm going to cut this snap off. It's a very nice snap. I'm going to put a small carabiner in here and maybe re-sew a loop on here so that it can go through the molly attachment easier. Field King used a wider snap, so it's a little hard to pull through the molly. I don't think they were thinking that route, so I need to send them a message too. But regardless, I'm going to tighten that up so that it is hinged very close here, and then you can just run it like this, and that worked out super nice. Inside, I got the hook. I put my Wessel in here. I got to get cleaned out here a little bit. Front of the vest, up in this pocket, since I run the Garmin Pro 550 Plus, I use this for two-way radio. This worked out really well. I put one of the D-rings up there, so I don't have to worry about it. I can charge it, I can turn it on, I can leave it right in there, and I can talk to Well, what's really designed for if you've been watching and following along, my daughter's 4, and so I can turn it on and I don't have to take it out. I can just talk right there. I can press the button right in the pocket of this Tide radio. It fits in here like it was made for it. It's just perfect. So that has worked out very nice. I like that. You don't even know what's there. Comfort wise, it feels really comfortable. It is a little bulky to start with if you're not used to wearing a vest. But one thing I did notice, normally I wear a coat, and this year I just wore an insulated flannel underneath this. I do need to get a shell coat of some sort, whether it's Chief Upland or another brand. Maybe that can be another video we can do a comparison on. But it does keep you a little warm. I did not get a chance to use the vest when it was very hot out, so I don't know what early season or southern state hunting will be like, but late season in North Dakota, where the hottest I think it got was about 30, it worked out very well for me. The buckles and the straps, I'm getting used to them. I don't like straps hanging, so I kind of weaved them in and out. However, if you get a limit of birds, you do have to undo these so that you can create more space here. Everything worked out really well. The one thing that might be a nice feature, and not necessarily, most everybody has their own whistle and their dog is used to their own whistle, but I also have ABS avalanche pack for snowmobiling in the mountains, and one thing that they incorporated is they have a whistle incorporated right into the buckle. So granted, you're not going to be unbuckling it and using it to call for your dog all the time, but it's a nice emergency feature to have a whistle built right into that buckle. I'll see if I can get a picture here after a bit of that, and you can see how that works. But all in all, it has stood up real well. Like I said, about 250 miles of cattails. Needs to be cleaned up. I still got some cattail fuzz on it. Through the briars, through the bushes and the trees and the branches. No cuts, no tears. Like I said, I would like to see a matching narrow shell pouch like this with the waterproof zipper to put first aid in. I'm having a hard time finding a low profile that I like, but that would be a perfect setup for carrying some first aid with you. So I will do an official Bone Hill Creek heads up comparison sheet here in another video. But I just wanted to give you the final year-end summary. So again, Jamie Edwards. Please hit like and subscribe so I know if you guys are enjoying these videos. And I thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Have a good day.
We're going hunting.